What's up, everybody? My name is Benin. I am a man of God, first and foremost. I don't take that term lightly. I know it gets thrown around a lot by a lot of people who are really not. But I truly try to please God in all that I do in my life. I'm not perfect, but He is the lighthouse of my life. I'm always striving to please Him in everything that I do. I'm a husband to my beautiful wife. We actually celebrated 1 year of marriage today, so we thank God for that. I'm the youngest of four. I'm also a U.S. military veteran. I was in the United States Navy active duty from May 2020 to June 1st, 2023. I did one overseas deployment in 2021, right kind of around when COVID was kicking up. But I've been taking a lot of time to think about my life, my life's purpose, and some things I want to leave behind, leave in the earth, because one day we're all not going to be here. And one thing that really came to my mind is sharing some of the wisdom and some of the insights that I personally experienced, some things that I've been able to overcome throughout my life, because I've been through a lot and I've always had choices to make. I've had a choice on this hand and a choice on this hand to make, and by God's grace, I feel like I've been able to choose right, and it's allowed my life to unfold in a positive way. However, at any of those times, if I would have made the wrong choice, I truly feel my life would be in turmoil right now. So I wanted to make these videos as a way to give back, as a way to share to somebody who might be in a similar situation as me, as I was years ago, and they may be at a crossroads between making the best decision of their life or the worst decision of their life. And through these series of videos I'm gonna make, I wanna help people make the best decisions of their life as I continue to make good decisions along the way. So this is my intro video. This is the welcome to my YouTube channel video, right? So we're gonna be doing a little bit more long form content on YouTube. I typically post 60-second videos on like TikTok and Instagram, but with YouTube I really wanna dive a little deeper, share some more wisdom. So we're looking at about 15 to 30 minutes in each of these episodes. I am open to some topics. You can definitely write in the comments, shoot me a DM, some things you wanna hear discussed on the show. But for this first topic, the title name, as you see on the screen, is It's Time to Do That Thing That You've Been Saying You Would Do. It's time to do that thing that you've been saying you would do. So how it's gonna work is we're going to break down our show guidelines, our show topic for the day, and then we're gonna go into it and discuss it. And then at the end, we'll do a recap and a summary and a conclusion. Then at that point, we will look forward to the next episode. So if you've been sticking around with me this long, I appreciate it. Go ahead, drop a subscribe, like this video, and let's get into it. All right, so the title of this video is It's Time to Do That Thing That You Keep Saying That You Do, or that you would, right? And the subtitle is essentially how to stop procrastinating. Procrastination is the difference between when you get a thought and when you take action. That period is called hesitation. That period can last a few minutes, it can last a few hours, it can last a few days, months, years, or decades, or it can never happen at all if you never decide to take action. And it is one thing that erodes confidence, it erodes masculinity if you're not taking decisive action. Now, here's the thing. You want to take calculated risks, right? But to be honest with you, it's better to take action than no action at all and to be stagnant. Because if you take action, and let's say you mess up or it's not 100% correct, you can course correct and correct yourself along the journey. So during my time in the United States Navy, we were given certain coordinates that we would have to drive when we were navigating throughout the ocean, right? So a little bit about my job as a surface warfare officer. I had to get my qualification as an officer of the deck. So that is the captain's second in command, basically. So when the captain is not up and he's not up on the ship running the bridge, it's the officer of the deck who has control of that deck. So it'll be a lot of times where we get coordinates and they may say, hey, we're heading 320 relative, right? And we're heading this direction, and along the way, it's determined that's not the best course. So what do? We course correct. We come to a different course, the most efficient course. So that's the way we need to be with our lives. We can't sit back. We can't sit stagnant. We have to have a goal. We have to have a plan. We have to have something that we are navigating towards, and we have to go towards it every day. And we have to kill the hesitation. And along the journey, if you find yourself that you're not totally there yet, or maybe, hey, this wasn't the right course that I intended, you course correct. You find the best course, you start going that course. All right. And this all starts with number one, your mindset. So I want you to write this down. We're going to go through 5 of these of how to stop procrastinating, how to start doing that thing that you're going to say you've been doing, right? How to start these. So number 1 is your mindset. Number 2 is you're going to write it down. You're going to make a schedule. Number 3, you're going to challenge yourself by setting goals, because as human beings, we're goal-oriented beings. Number 4 is persistence. Persist. And then number 5 is once you attain, you set more goals after that. So going into number 1 is your mindset. The thing that separates people that are living a life of lack, a life of misery, versus people that are living a life of abundance, typically 9 times out of 10 is a mindset. Now, this mindset can be one that you program yourself to believe, or one that your environment can program you to believe. Now, what do I mean by that? If you grow up in an environment that does not focus on abundance, if it does not focus on wealth creating activities, if this environment doesn't focus on happiness, health, love, peace, and enjoyment, but instead you grow up in a life of violence, crime, poverty, sickness, ill health. If you grow up in these things, your brain sees these things and it thinks that they're correct, right or wrong. Your subconscious can't make a difference. It's just going to do 9 times out of 10 what it knows to be true until you're introduced to a different topic. And then now you have to make a decision of whether or not you want to follow this new direction that you've been given, or you want to keep following the old. So I'm going to give you an actual practical step of how you can reprogram your brain and reprogram your mindset into one that attracts abundance, wealth, peace into your life, versus one that attracts chaos into your life. And yes, when I use the word program, I'm using that intentionally, because the mind that we've been given by God is greater than any supercomputer that's ever been created, ever. So your brain, the neurological pathways and things that make you, right, can be programmed. And you want to program it towards success, wealth, happiness, love, healing, abundance. How do you do that? It starts by first thing in the morning. When you wake up, your mindset should be set, number 1, on gratitude. You thank God for another day. And number 2, you speak in a series of I am statements. So if you're lacking health, or you're lacking wealth, or you're lacking abundance, you want to begin to speak those things as though they are, even though they're not yet. So you begin to speak over yourself that I am walking in health, I am walking in love, I am walking in healing. And you start to have new thoughts, because each day there is a conversation going on in your head, whether you are realizing it or not. And if you take a moment to listen in on what is being said, what's actually being said regarding you. When you go towards a new goal, do you hear things like, man, I can't do that, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or they're not going to like me if I post this, or my nose is big? Do you hear things like that? Or do you hear things like, I'm capable of doing anything that I put my mind to? I'm powerful. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. They're going to love this. I'm putting my all into this. This is going to turn out great. I'm a great success. So let's be real. What conversations are you hearing when you're going after your goals? And this can be set and this can be programmed through positive reinforcement. And when you have negative thoughts, you are aware of those and you replace those with positive thoughts. So I'm going to go more into this in some later videos and deeper on the topic of mindset, because it's one that can be somewhat confusing or hard to grasp when you first hearing it. But again, this is the introduction, so I just want to introduce you to it. We will dive deeper into it later. But just know that your mind can be set, so set it towards love, peace, health, wealth, success. Number 2, it comes down to writing down your goals and making a schedule. As human beings, we are goal-oriented. That means that we were created, and it's innate in us, that we are to go after goals. That's what gets a human up in the morning. Is it's a goal to be better. And people who do not have goals, that have no purpose, are the people that feel hopeless. They feel worthless. They feel like their life has no meaning because they're not working towards anything. They're not driving towards anything. Their life feels stagnant. And we were created to create. We were created to produce, right? We were created in God's image, and God creates. So therefore, his creation, he likes to create as well and have dominion, authority, walk in abundance, walk in love, and be efficient. So when we're not doing that, there is something inside of us that begins to feel depressed, that begins to feel like our life has no meaning. And that all comes from not setting goals, and that comes from not having a schedule. Each night before you go to bed and rest your head on the pillow, you should know what you're doing the next day. You should have a plan at least the next day, hour by hour, for what it is that you want to accomplish and what is the goal that you're working towards each and every day. Now, I'm going to tell you something that could help you out a lot, because you may be wondering, I don't even know what my goal or my life purpose is. Well, I'm going to tell you that you can actually have a plan for how to figure that out, which will coincide with your daily schedule. And this could be reading a series of self-help books. This could be spending time in prayer, reading your word. This could be spending your time going on a walk. This could be spending time reading books that can help you and progress you. So even if you don't know what your life's purpose is yet, you can have a list of things written down that are going to help move you towards figuring out what that is. All right, number 3, when it comes to challenging yourself and setting your goals, right? So number 3, I think I got these a little switched up, but you guys get the point. I think I said goal oriented for 2, but we're going to go to challenge yourself for number 3. So number 3, challenging yourself means that you have a goal that makes you stretch. Your goal or your dream makes you a little bit uncomfortable, or it makes you feel a little nervous. That's a good goal to have, because that means that you're not quite sure if you can actually do it or not, but you're gunning towards it. That's what you want, because that space between you going after something and you not feeling totally confident in it yet, that is called growth. So that period of uncomfortability that you're going to have to go through is going to grow you into the person that you're going to admire one day, or the person that people are going to admire one day. So you want to challenge yourself. You want to have a lofty goal that is going to cause you to stretch, that is going to cause you to rely on God, that is going to cause you to grow into the better person that you are seeking to become. And number 4 is persistence. So 9 times out of 10, when you're going after a goal, when you're going after a dream, I can almost guarantee you life is going to test you. It's going to see who really wants it. This separates the real from the fake, the counterfeits from the genuine. It's going to come, it's going to test you, it's going to try to knock you out, it's going to try to wind you to see what you're really made of. And it is in these moments where you feel like everything has gone awry, or you're out there and you feel like maybe I should turn back. That is a very moment that you need to press in, dig your heels into the ground, and you keep going forward, because eventually life will give way to the person that persists. So keep persisting in the face of those obstacles, because I guarantee you, when you're going after something, you are going to be faced with adversity or an obstacle. But just remember this saying, the obstacle is the way. So when you're faced with that obstacle, that's how you know you're in the right path, and you go through it. You don't turn back. Number 5, once you attain that goal, you set more goals. So I believe that God wants us to live as fruitful of a life as possible. So what does fruit do? It keeps producing until it dies, until it can't anymore. So while you're here, your goal should be to produce as much fruit as possible in your relationships, right? In your finances, in your business, in your family, whatever it is that you are a part of, the goal is to produce, right? It is to be more efficient. So once you reach that lofty goal, okay, now how can you help somebody else? How can you turn this goal, how can you turn these life experiences into a book or a movie or something that you can give back to others? And then you start working towards that. And I truly believe that is one of the ways to live a healthy, prosperous, abundance, and a purpose-filled life, is working towards a goal and working through challenges, growing through the uncomfortability, and becoming the best version of yourself. All right, so to go ahead and summarize everything that we went through today, let me see if you've been paying attention. All right, so what are those 5 goals? You should be able to run them off the top of your head right now. All right, that's cool. I got you. I'm going to run through it for you. Number 1 is your mindset. Number 2 is to write it down and make a schedule. Number 3 is to challenge yourself, right? We're goal oriented. Number 4 is persist. And then number 5 is once you attain, set more goals. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to continue to drop these videos. The goal is to do 1 a week for now. Maybe we'll do more in the future, but I'm pushing myself to start dropping once a week and carve out time for this in my schedule. But I truly hope this has been helpful. Hope that you tune in for the next one. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this with a friend or somebody you think could benefit from it, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.